Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wednesday drop-in meditation session. This is Ted Meissner. Thank you so much for being here, those of you who are here live, or if you are watching this as a recording later on. You're still part of this community, and I'm glad that this is available for you. Our schedule, as we do each week, is before the recording starts, we have a few minutes of just catching up with each other and having some human contact and conversation. Then there is a short talk, and I'll get to what that is in just a moment for today's talk. And then we'll have a lightly guided meditation practice until 25 after. And I say lightly guided because there will be periods of silence during that, and sometimes I will be speaking. And just noticing the difference between those, how your body, your heart, your mind receives those, is part of the practice. And then when we do finish up the recording at 25 after, we do, anyone who wants to, stick around, because the membership community is being able to have time to unpack what's here. So if you're watching this as a recording later on, just know that there's an additional up to half an hour of direct time on whatever you're encountering in your practice. That's really the value of joining this community, in type of having the support of one another. So with that, what I'd like to do is go through some of our topic stuff that we've been going through. Again, we've been doing a series and are in the midst of a series on the attitudes of mindfulness. And it's very important to hold these lightly. These are things that come and go, like our thoughts, like sensations in the body. They're moving constantly, and being aware of them and inviting some of them to be present is part of our practice. But hold on to those very, very lightly and gently. We started out with non-judgment and had a good exploration of how non-judgment is a different thing from lack of discernment. We're not putting our brains on a shelf. We do still have the ability to discern. This is more about knee-jerk judgments of value judgments that we make right away, of good or bad, instead of, well, maybe as they are. Pleasant, unpleasant, sure, wanted, unwanted, but not necessarily being bad or particularly good, but just noticing what they are in their own inherent qualities instead of adding something to it. This past week and last week's topic was on patience and abiding with things as they are. And you see here some reflection and sharing on each of these. We'll be getting into that today as well. For topic today, beginner's mind. And I just love this image. An adorable, adorable picture here. And it really shows this idea of beginner's mind. Meeting an experience as if it's the very first time, whatever it happens to be. And the freshness of that experience, that new perspective. And that's different than non-judgment. Non-judgment has to do with how we are after we've encountered something for the first time, or as if it's the first time. Beginner's mind is that freshness, that, I haven't been here before. That tone of open enthusiasm, and that's one thing that can help interrupt habit patterns of behaviors, of those spinning thought wheels that we sometimes get into, noticing those and being able to pause those and see what is here, even things we've been through many, many times, with fresh eyes, and noticing what it might be like here. Because our brains, which filter things out constantly, may be filtering some important information out. Our brains can sometimes be wrong, or at least what we're getting from them, what we are perceiving from them, may be off. So there's an old quote by Shunryu Suzuki: in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are few. That's not saying that experts know exactly what to do and always have the right decision. It's actually a little bit different than that. It can also be interpreted as the expert has more of a closed mind and not as many options. That with the beginner's mind, there are many, many possibilities. So we'll do some reflection and sharing in our practice today, and then when the recording stops at 25 after, when we have our discussion and exploration of this, We'll talk about things like that first time you had a new food that you weren't so sure about, and now maybe one of your favorites, and what that's like. So with that, let me head back up to our main screen and we'll begin our practice for today. So let's start by taking our meditation seats. And that doesn't necessarily mean just a physical seat. It also is about our attitude, our mindset. What is it like to have a beginner's mind as we take our seat mentally? Physically, noticing feet on the floor, adjustments to posture that is supportive of being present and comfortable and alert and wakeful. Rather than falling asleep, falling awake. What is that like? And allowing the hands to come off the keyboards, off the mouse, putting the phone down and settle in. Checking in gently. Noticing how the body is held. Noticing if there's tension anywhere and making a choice about adjusting or inviting ease to those parts of the body. Your eyes may be closed, or if you'd prefer, have them open just a little bit if that's more comfortable for you. It's fine. Make the adjustments that support your presence. And again, also taking your meditation seat with your mind. And with today's topic of beginner's mind. What is it like to arrive in this moment, this practice, as if it's the very first time? And inviting a little curiosity to that. What would it be like if this were the first time you were trying a meditation practice? And not trying in a strained kind of way, but experiencing showing up. So this arriving practice, a gentle checking in to notice what is here right now, is warming us up for getting reacquainted with home base. Home base is that comfortable experience that's happening right now. Maybe not the most thrilling experience, but one you can feel. Something perhaps a bit more neutral, like sensations of breathing wherever you feel it most in your body, if that is a supportive experience for you to be in contact. Or perhaps something else. Maybe for you it is placing your attention on the bottoms of your feet or the tips of your fingers. Or listening to sounds in your environment. And noticing, is that supportive of your beginner's mind presence? Or is response to it maybe not as supportive, and choose something else as your home base? That's okay. Allow some focus of attention on that spot in the body where you can feel your home base, your anchor to this moment. Where is that for you? And just noticing for yourself where that is, what that is, and how it feels. And noticing too, how is the body, the mind, the heart, the emotions responding to what is found here in this moment? Perhaps noticing a joy, a sadness, an itch, an ache, a thought. And just returning your focus, your experiencing, your attentiveness to your home base. And supported by this home base, hopefully a little bit of stability comes with that. A gentle reflection of a time when you were about to try something new that you were eager and excited about. Whatever that was. Perhaps not the most complicated experience. If you find difficulties coming with that reflection, choose something else. Some other new experience at the time that you were enthusiastic and excited about. And allow that moment to unfold here. And notice what that's like, that recollective awareness. Perhaps making a few mental notes about that experience of recalling, enthusiastic and eager, first time trying something new. And when you're ready, perhaps restabilizing attention with the experience of home base. And refresh that experience with your beginner's mind. Each breath a new one. And taking care of yourself, knowing you can return to home base at any time, another reflection of a new experience perhaps you were not particularly enthusiastic about. Not the most unpleasant new experience. If it's something that's a bit much, remember we want to be challenged, not overwhelmed. So choose gently something small, something new that maybe you were not as eager about. A new hairstyle, a new outfit, something light and manageable as a recollection. And explore that for a few moments, this new thing that was perhaps not looked forward to. And what was that like? And here too, just making a few mental notes about that. And coming back to home base. Getting reacquainted freshly again with a new beginner's mind. And as attention wanders, that's an expected part of the practice. Just welcome attention back and reestablish that embodying of the experience of your home base once more. And perhaps establishing a gentle intention to sustain this mindful awareness in the next few moments, just for the next few moments as you open your eyes, if you've had them closed when you're ready, still being mindfully present, as you pay attention to the body and move a little bit after some stillness in a way that might feel pleasant to you in your body, and still being mindfully present. What is it like to carry this momentum of your caring presence into more than just your formal practice time? Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. I appreciate you being able to join us for short talk and the meditation. And for those of us who are here, we are going to stick around and talk about our new topic this week in the Attitudes of Mindfulness, of beginner's mind. So thank you everyone so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.